All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Karkadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule and teach well, who also taught us the 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm Brother Kasada back with another quick lesson from the GMS Atlanta Church. And Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. Now, going into this lesson, man, it kind of hit my spirit, going into this. It was something, kind of going on with, at the plantation, at my job and things of that sort, man, And this isn't the first incident, There's been several incidents like this, all right? And, this is for you, Akim, you sincere listeners and the brothers and the sisters, all right? Lord willing, this is edifying and receiving, man, because you got to be careful out here with these people, man. At your job, all the playing, all the certain conversations that you might have with Jake. Be careful with these Israelites out here, man. Because ultimately, a lot of Jakes are in the spirit. They're upset, man. They're bothered. And anything can trigger them right now at this point. A lot of Jakes are very emotional, very sensitive. You have to be careful on how you talk to certain Israelites, man. And of course, brothers, should know this, but if you don't know this, you be careful, man. Because, and I'm trying to find the words to say this, be mindful of your surroundings, man. Be mindful of these people out here. All right, the scriptures talks about how the love of many shall wax cold. These people are getting fired around the holidays. All right, people are, struggling and finding ways to, get their benefits back, SNAP. People are going through a lot and dealing with a lot, and it's only going to get worse. All right, so you have to cut some of the things that you might do or say with Jake, or certain conversations, to a limit. All right. Sometimes it's just best to just, keep your head down at the job. So, without further ado, I want to go ahead and grab some scriptures, man. And just a quick, I'm not trying to be long-winded, but just a quick, update or testimony about the situation. One of these past few months, working at the plantation I work at, man, I never seen a job where I've seen so many, managers get fired. I've never been at a job where I've seen so many employees get fired. This might be different for certain Israelites, certain Jakes, but at this particular plantation or job that I'm at, I've seen a lot of managers and supervisors get let go, man. And over the simplest things, over them being upset, getting into it with another coworker and things of that sort. You're gonna start seeing that more and more. It's gonna be rampant on higher levels, man. All right. So be mindful and be careful of your surroundings, man, and the people you dealing with at these plantations, man. Keep Jake to a distance, man. Keep Jake, to a stick longer than an arm's reach, man. So without further ado, let's grab some scripture. This is Matthew 10:16. All right, and it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye there wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Yeah, man, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Even certain conversations at these jobs, man, if the right person or the wrong person here, you saying certain things, it's enough to get you let go or fired, man. So be careful, man. I shouldn't have to, go over this, but through the Spirit, it kind of hit me, to mention these things, because these people are on edge, man. These people are out here on edge, man. These people are upset. Whatever they may be going through, or what the Spirit is prompting these people to feel, they're going through it. They feeling it, man. Esau putting down that pressure, the Lord putting down pressure. They're feeling the pressure, man. All right, and these people are overly emotional. We can't be that way, you know. Although we are upset, we are bothered about the things that are taking place, but we know why. We understand why. These people don't understand why, and they don't have the spirit to guide them on how to deal with these things. But we do. So the Lord is looking at us as, you should know better. All right, you brothers out there, you should know better, man. You know, I'm not trying to get on anybody. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because I know how I am with certain Jakes. So we have conversations, we talk. Sometimes, you know, you laugh, you joke with Jake, you know, but even for myself, it has to cut down, you know. I have to keep Jake to a certain distance, man, because I know Jake is overly emotional. All right, let's grab some more scriptures. This is Ephesians 5:15. It says, see then that we, it's like, let me read that again, a little excited. Ephesians 5:15, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. See? Wherefore be not unwise, but understand that the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine, which is the philosophy or the way of the world, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. What? The Spirit of this truth, man. All right. And wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right. Because we got to understand, man, you can't be walking around unwise and uncircumspect, all right, because we know what time we in. All right, we at the end of this thing, man. All right. So we see in everything that's coming down, not what Esau doing, but those around us, man. These people are overly emotional. They're upset. They're bothered. All right. They don't like how things are going. They don't like how their life is going. They might be mad that their woman left them, or they husband left them, or whatever the case may be. Be smart, man. You can't be moving uncircumspectly, man. All right. Let's grab another scripture. This is 1 Corinthians 16:13. Stay alert, and this is in the NET, which is the New English Translation. All right. It says, "Stay alert, stand firm in the faith, show courage, be strong." Yeah, man. All right, be strong, man. All right. Be unmovable, man. You know, we see everything is coming down, man. These people are being moved, man. All right, and the Lord is moving these people out the way. He's putting them where He wants them to be, as well as He's putting us where He wants us to be. All right, and as us, I mean the hopeful elect, because He's going to move the elect however He wants to move them in a safe place too. He's going to protect the elect. All right, and Lord willing, we stay in that spirit, in that mindset of, you know, putting ourselves in good places, man. Let's say it like that, because the uncircumspect or the unwise are going to put themselves in position to hurt themselves, to hinder themselves, man, or out of a job, you know. So let's grab another one. This is 1 Peter's last scripture, 1 Peter 5:8. It says, be sober, be vigilant. All right, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right, and ultimately we know this is talking about Esau and the things that he's trying to do. But you can apply this with these spirits that these people have on them, man. All right, hey, you can be tried, man. You got to know how to get yourselves out of those situations, man. Knowing how to avoid conflict, or even just, you know, kill that energy with your enemies, man. Learning how to walk away, or just, you know, not even get into it, or keep having certain conversations with Jake, man. You know. So I just wanted to get in that, Lord willing. You know, hope this is truly edifying. I want to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule and teach well, who also taught us is 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.